So I'm just going to get right into it. I decided to start my morning so far like washing my hair and put a video on in the background. And a video I unluckily decided to stumble upon. The reason why I was saying unluckily was because of the contents in the video and what Karina had to say. It was Karina Kaboom's video. Here's the thing, I love Karina. That is my main bitch. I don't want to say that, that's too rude. That's my main girl, right? That's my girl. That is my girl. And don't get me wrong, I am not mad at Karina. Not at all. I'm mad at Amber. You mean to tell me this woman had the audacity to make some heinous accusations on another YouTuber I really much like in this, like in the Amberverse and all that? I love Mr. Snowflake. The audacity of Amber to sit here and say these things, low key is wrong. Like, this should be a crime. It makes me so upset. She does these things and practically gets away with it for freaking free, and it gets on my fucking nerve. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I wait for the day when this woman is held accountable. Like, she has been multiple times. She still is. She's just in so much freaking denial that she doesn't want to accept it. And there's been times that she's been kind of close to saying, like, I guess, but, you know, she hasn't actually done it. But this is a whole nother level. But let's get into it. What exactly was so upset that made me stop and do all this? For context, Karina Kaboom is a reactor to many channels. I love her. But who she does react most of the time, what I watch, is Amberlynn and Beauty. I'm not saying that she doesn't do other things, I'm just saying those are the two that I watch her on. With that being said, I was watching her latest video and it immediately sent me into overdrive when I heard what Karina was saying that Amberlynn was saying in her lives. Another thing, so Amberlynn has like these like membership paid lives. I think they're like $10 like a month or something like that. And she only does them on Tuesdays. You know, so if you got it, $10, go in there, you can. I mean, have fun. You're not gonna be doing much but staring at the ceiling, you know. Have fun, dog. And in her latest live that she did, I believe should have been last night. Of course, I am not giving Amberlynn not an ounce, inch, or a penny worth of any attention that I have in her channel towards her. I'll happily watch Karina, Apathetic Facts, Head to Kana, The Ankle, Snowflake. I'll watch anybody else before I ever watch her. Because why would I sit down and just listen to a constant liar? Why would I sit down and watch something that I know isn't real? It's like she tries to make a reality TV show out of her life. We're like forgetting that she's messing up people's lives who have actually been associated with her and actively regret it. Her exes, like, you have many videos, even some of them have come out about their experiences with Amber, and yet she still has people defending her. Is wild. And then she also sits there and acts like her actions are just, well, I said I was sorry. Honey, that's not the same. I'm getting off topic, but like I said, this girl gets me very upset. So Mr. Snowflake, who is very beloved in the community, is someone who I actually like. I really like the way that he makes his videos when it comes to Amber or even Beauty, and he does them in a certain documentary way where they're telling their story. He might say like little things like, yeah, well, that's how she felt about the time, and then add the background context of videos of what they took and how they acted and what they said with their own words and put them in the videos. He's not manipulating them in any way. He's literally showing word for word, bar for bar, what they did and how it happened in these little documentaries. They're really easy to watch. Like, you go on a drive and watch them. That's what I did. Go to work, put in your earbud for a second, all things. It's very easy. Like, it's very good. I really like the ways he put these videos together. And mind you, that's the reason why she's upset. These videos are literally all of her saying everything that she's done, not sugarcoating anything. It's literally her. As much as she tries to manipulate language, she can't do it in this sense because she is literally saying everything and is formulated in a way where she's literally trying to contradict herself but can't at the same time. It shows her nature, it shows her as a person, it shows what she does to these people and around her, it shows what she does to herself, it shows what she does to these pets, it shows her exes. It shows everything, and I love that about that. It just shows the absolute rawness, and it's not even like he tries to like dig too deep into it. He literally is just showing the videos that we're given. So Karina says on this live that Amber was on, of course I haven't watched it, if I could I would, but I don't want to at the same time. She says that Amber decided that it was her best and like majestic ability to just say, oh, Mr. Snowflake and his wife, they're getting a divorce, honey child. They have their own marital problems. He must have did something. And I'm not gonna lie, one, that's absolutely wild for you to say. For someone who isn't married or has even been through something like that, you should not ever be coming into somebody else's relationship problems and anything like that. And the reason I say that, because people be like, wait, but people come into her relationship problems. Here's the difference. Mr. Snowflake doesn't share his life like that. He's just showing videos in himself and maybe a friend on like them talking about what's happening in these videos. Do you see his wife? I don't know if he has kids, but you see his kids? Maybe if you see a dog or a cat, you see a Kermit. But do you see like anyone personal in his life? No, because he knows the boundaries of what is online and should be on the internet and what shouldn't be on the internet. Amber doesn't, and that's the big difference. She's sitting here trying to say that, oh, his wife is actually a public figure. Honey, he's not. You're trying to say that just so you can find a way in a loophole to make this all seem right, when you know it's fucked up. And you shouldn't be saying that. I've heard countless times, again, how much she says that Mr. Snowflake is like obsessed with her. And she says it about a lot of reaction channels. But for some odd reason, she just loves to like be a certain way when it comes to male reacting channels versus female reaction channels. And at some points, it's both equally shared. But why has she just been more obsessive, more stalkerish towards male channels? Y'all ever wondered that? It's just something that blows my mind here and there when I think about it. And like, I feel like I can't tie it into any ends, but when I think about it, it low-key makes me scratch my brain and be like, that's an interesting thought. Like Jordy, girl went as far above and beyond to stalk him, and now it's Mr. Snowflake. Like Karina said, who is next? Are you gonna do the ankle? Salty crab? What's your plan here? It doesn't make any sense. Another thing that I also want to say and mention that she keeps doing is that Amber Lynn loves to say, oh, it wasn't me, it was another person. Oh, I didn't do it, it was another person. It's the same way of saying, like a kid telling them, well, I was there, but it wasn't me, another person was really the one that did it. She's trying to not completely place blame on herself and say that other people were involved. Sure, I know, but I'm not the one that went out and did it, that wasn't me. So what she's saying is that a friend of hers went out and found Snowflake's information. I really can't. The difference that she fails to make when it comes to her and Mr. Snowflake is that Amber documented her entire life willingly on YouTube. All of her disgusting actions and all the things that she did, not even thinking about it afterwards, and sit there and post everything. Mr. Snowflake doesn't feature his personal life on there. He'll talk about what he has to talk about in his life on his YouTube channel, and that's it. You don't see no child running around. And if there ever is, they're most likely blurred because ain't nobody got time for that. But Amber, no. Amber doesn't think like that. Amber's like, well, it's my life. I should feel free to do that. Okay, queen, go off. But just remember and be mindful, this is the internet. What you put on here is permanent. The video I'm making, permanent. The Wayback Machine exists. But basically what she's trying to do is trying to say that her friend has been searching all this and not her. So her friend gets the blame on them. But Amber, you're just as much an associate as they are. What is this, crime? Well, I wasn't a part of the murder, but I was there. You just want bystander charges? Your friend may be the one searching all this up, but you're the one disclosing this to the internet. Is that clogging in your head right now? They're searching this up, but you're the one sharing it, knowing you have a big following, and on top of that, you're doing it in a paid membership that certain people only in there can see. And then you're upset when people are like, why would you do that? Of course they're mad. I can't, y'all. It just makes me so upset whenever I talk about Amber. She gets me heated. Some people will say, well, then don't talk about her, don't pay attention. Here's the thing. The reason why I do talk about her, the two videos, well, this video and the other one I made, is because I'm saying shit that people just don't say, and some of them are afraid to say it because of what she likes to do. Well, like she likes to say, cease and assist, or she likes to try and copyright strike them. She likes to try and get that video down. How she loved to get on Michael's chat and just say, hey, you know, honey pie. Some people were saying this in my comments. Maybe get them to stop. That is none. They don't have to do that. Who are you? You are not the biggest and baddest fish in the sea. You are not. You are just like the rest of us. Human beings, dog. Get over yourself. Yeah, you have a couple of people on the internet. Are you Mr. Beast? Because sometimes I talk to people, girl, they don't know who you are. If I say, oh, Amberlynn Reed, the people that know Amberlynn Reed are the ones I have to mention it to and explain it to, who you are to them. And that's the other thing I gotta talk about. The corners of the internet are drastic. Not everyone knows, like, every other YouTuber who they are, or even the popular ones. Like, of course, many people know Mr. Beast. Of course, many people know Charlie. Penguins, you know, Moist Critical. But not everybody knows Charlie. I don't even know if my brother knows him, but I know him. And he's popular, you know, he's big, you know? He's millions, right? Amber, you used to have millions of views. You used to have thousands of views. And look at you now. They're tanking. They are taking. And that's why I just be making these videos, because she gets me so heated. And it's gotten to a point where I low-key stopped caring. And I said, I'm going to say it regardless. I want to say what I want to say. And it makes me so upset that she sits on her high horse and gets away with half the stuff that she does. YouTube kind of held her accountable recently about, like, reporting one of her videos. They need to keep her on, like, high-level watch. They need to do something, because the shit that she does on this app, like, her shit doesn't stink, is absolutely wild. What Amber needs is a true, absolute awakening in her day. That awakening is either going to be in the form of a person, an event, a book, I don't know. But one day, something's gonna happen. She's gonna mess with the wrong fish. And that fish is gonna blip blip and come right back at her. It is not gonna be pretty. Now, me personally, I think we're already in the end times. We're just slowly creeping there. In Amber's channel sense, that's what I'm talking about. We're slowly creeping to the end times. We've already crossed the path of we're getting close. We're slowly getting there, if you know what I mean. She's lost a bunch of followers. Rude has held her audience. Barely has as many supporters. And all that TikTok fame she used to have has slowly died down at this point. She's trying, you know, she's trying to get a girlfriend, all the other things. And it's like, girl, at this point, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I really don't know what to tell you. I want to tell her so bad, you need to focus on yourself. But she's going to take that and twist that. So even that, I don't feel comfortable telling her. She's going to twist that in a certain way that it's going to be like an inconvenience for everybody else. Suddenly everyone gets involved when you're like, girl, I said you, not the wall. I was talking about you. Why are they getting involved? But really, she just needs a reality check. She really does. Either YouTube will hold her a lot more accountable for what she does. Her audience does something very drastic, which most of them you just literally show that they do not support you. So the grand support you really talk about, I believe you do have support, but you ain't got a lot of it, sister. I know that for a fact. And on top of that, something is gonna happen, Amber. You're not gonna be ready for it. I don't think any of us are gonna even be ready for it, but something is gonna happen. And that something is going to be your rudest awakening. The first part of it happened when Beck and Destiny started coming out together, and even Casey jumped in. That was the first half of it. But there's something that's gonna happen one day, and it's gonna bite you in the ass, dog, and it's gonna hurt. It's not gonna be pretty. I really do suggest that this is like your time to be like, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I should probably take some time and be like, hey, that probably isn't a good idea. You know, saying certain things on Mr. Snowflake and his business when all he is doing is really just putting the videos together of what you already put on the internet. He's not even twisting it in a certain way. It's literally a documented series of what you're doing. He's not even saying it a certain way. You're going above and beyond and getting out people's information, getting in their chats, getting to learn, like, I don't know, their hair types and all that. You need to be stopped. There has to be something that's gonna happen. And it, like, I want to say, I'm one of those karma people. Sometimes I believe it, sometimes I don't. But I am sometimes a karma believer. And I know for a fact, karma is going to come back, and it's coming back hard. Honestly, I'm just going to stop the video right here, because if I go any further into what all is like, what all Karina had talked about, what happened on the lives, like with what she said about Valentine and Beck, and also will. She talked about with the video getting put down and how she treats her members. I'm gonna go fucking live it. So I'm gonna end it right here. I'm also gonna recommend you going out there and watching Karina's videos. Girl is fantastic at this work, I tell you. Cause if it wasn't for her, she's literally my favorite pastime, y'all. Y'all don't understand. But that's all I gotta say. I'm gonna recommend her video under mine. Have a good day. Just remember, there are always bumps in the road, but there's always a tomorrow. And no matter what bumps hit, it'll always be better on the other side. Sometimes, you know, it happens. I'm just tired of people. I really am. I'm so done.